Still 6,000 people can hear you pee.
How many comments?
How many comments? Close the door, you clown. Nobody commented. Nobody cares if you're peeing or not. Ooh!
Oh, on my pee. Oh, I just hit ping pong.
Now, what do we got? I need that for there. Now, everybody, make sure to turn on your ovens, guys. To 180. Make sure they're turned on now. Make sure you've got your big pot of water on the boil, or simmering away anyway. And fill up your kettle and boil that too now. Don't worry, we have plenty of time tonight. So that's the oven, pot on for your pasta, and a kettle on. Bang them all on, guys. How are we doing, Dills?
Good. 18.
Did you send the phone? Watch, don't touch the phone, you'll break it.
18 said,
Let me try and find this. Hang on, we go refresh the page, I'd say. That looks like us coming there now. 18 said, go on, can you not remember?
no.
Cross right.
18 said, hi all, really looking forward to these.
Good. Hi all, hi 18. Trish, cooking in Abbey Field. It's a real pain in the ass those comments keep going off. Ian, we'll have to start earlier. I have a hungry 2.5-year-old. Give him a slice of bread, Ian. They can wait. It's going to be worth waiting for. Hi from Rat Oat. Chef Olan here, age 9 from Carrickline, Cork. Hello, Chef Olan. Good to have you on board. Bernard Jackman, ready in Dublin. Great to have you again, Bernard. Absolute superstar. Julie, okay, we actually thought we were in a major crisis there. Power cut only lasted about 25 minutes, so it's knocked us a little bit behind. And we were trying to figure out how we were going to compromise. Thanks be to God, we're back. Okay, so there's a couple of stages to this. It's simple meatballs that we're making, guys. And there's 1,000,001 different, you gotta keep an eye out on the cons as well, in case anyone's worried about anything, okay? A couple of stages to this. But I'm showing you a simple, foolproof way. That's what this is all about, guys. It's about simple cooking. So what I want you to do, first of all, that's my mince there. You can chop up an onion. I have red and white onion. The reality is, it doesn't really matter. And for this one, we want to go as fine as possible. Don't throw in your pasta yet. The pasta only takes about 10-12 minutes. Okay, so don't throw the pasta in yet. We're going to fry off a few onions and garlics and a bit of mustard and stuff. Add it into our mince. Make the meatballs, throw that in, make the sauce, and when the sauce is simmering away, we can throw in our pasta, okay? So, better take a few bits and pieces out of the way so you can all see. So we're gonna fry off our first little bit and pieces. So, everybody, chop an onion. How are we all doing, by the way, guys? Cracking day out there again today. And I thought maybe it's gonna cost us a few numbers because people are gonna maybe sit outside, have a barbecue or something. And the beauty about this is that you can come back at any stage onto the page, and this is here. So we always go by the total amount of views by maybe tomorrow or the next day or something like that. But as I said earlier on there, the reaction we are getting so far is absolutely insane. 200,000 of a reach for our pizza view is just mind-boggling. Yes, Nils, you look as if you've got something important to say there.
Mern said, hi Paul, loving these videos.
Thank you very much, Mern. Thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, so we're going to try, for this piece, try and chop the onion as fine as possible, okay? So just come down, don't go all the way to the end, right? So just come down, like so. Don't go all the way through to the end. And if you do go all the way through the end, don't worry, it's not a big problem, okay? So then just slice it once like this, slice it twice like that, and then you come down and just take your time, guys, okay? Until you get used to it. Good sharp knife, nice and fine, okay? That's what we're looking to do. A nice, simple, you go as fine as you possibly can. And if yours is, say, a little bit bigger, then just chop again on top. Go 3 or 4 times until you come over like that. You'll eventually get it nice and fine. Okay, so we're gonna put in 1 full onion, and it doesn't matter if it's a red or a white one or half of each. I sometimes might have a half a red one in the oven and I just use it up, whatever. So just, it doesn't matter, okay? So just use up whatever. Let's go again. Slice, slice, slice. Take your time, okay? Come in once down the bottom, then once there. If it's a big onion, come in another time up here. If you want to go really fine, come up another time like so. And go nice and fine. How are we looking, Dils?
Good.
Good. That's normally like a key to...
Sinead said love Sean and Dylan's new haircut.
I tell you, lads, you should see Sean's. He's just after cooking it himself.
Cutting it.
Or cutting it. I see, I'm cooking on the brain. Okay, so that's the first little stage. Turn on your heat nice and low. So I'll put this on here. Nice and low. So that we're not under pressure and we're not struggling. Let me know, guys. Butter for flavor. Oil for... I know somebody's going to know the answer to that now. I say it all the time in the cooking show. On Treyvaud's Kitchen on Virgin Media. And kind of a decent dollop of butter. Okay? And that's just going to melt away nice and slowly. Here's what we can do, guys. Look, throw your onions in now. And basically what we're doing is, I want it nice and low. We're going to soften it down. And that releases out the natural sugars in the onions. Okay? The natural sweetness in it. And that adds a little bit of sweet and spiciness of our meatballs. Okay, lovely. So that's one full onion. And now let's peel and chop up a couple of cloves of garlic. I'm just throwing it into the bin here.
Shannon said for heat.
For heat. Excellent, Shannon. I love when people listen. If only I could get my two lads to listen too. Now, I normally have these already done beforehand, but I'm conscious that some people get caught behind, so I'm taking my time so everybody can kind of keep up easy enough. So let's just peel. What are we going to do? I have about 1 kilo of mince there, guys. It's going to make a load of meatballs. They last perfectly fresh in the fridge for 3-4 days, or when they're completely cooled down, bang them into the freezer, take them out anytime you want. Simple meal. Always make more than what you need today, lads. Trust me, it saves all the hassle under the sun over the next few days. Yes, Stills? Oh, I forgot to say, we got an amazing email this morning. It was actually yesterday, but I saw it this morning, from a lovely mum and their 3 kids down in Cork. Fintan, who's 11, Ruby, who's 7, and Tig, who is 4. And these guys are trying amazing food for the first time ever. Some cool new dishes that they've ever tried. So I want to say a huge shout out to you guys. That was an absolute amazing meal. And Tig, especially for you, hi Tig, how are you? I'm great. So I hope you enjoyed the food, Tig. We're going to make some lovely meatballs today, buddy. And I hope you're going to join in and stir the pot and have a bit of fun. Now, we love getting emails and messages like this, guys. It makes our day so much better. Okay, so anybody stuck, you know by now, guys, just give me a little shout. So back of the knife, never mind fancy, stupid gadgets for your kitchen, okay? Save your money for good pots and pans, and more importantly, the best quality ingredients you can get. So back of your pan. Lovely. Nothing hard now, guys. Hopefully the water for your pasta is coming up to the boil. Your oven should be preheated to 180. And in cooking, guys, it's all about presentation, having everything ready, as the French like to say, mise en place, to have everything in place.
Darren Joy said, where's it gone? Aloha from Shannon Harbour.
Hello, Darren from Sharon Harbour. Thank you very much for tuning in. I think Darren's watching nearly every single one of these, which is brilliant. It's amazing the amount of people that are tuning in every time, guys. And we did a Brucey bonus. So, okay, so watch into the pan here for 1 sec. So that's just going to nicely sweating down. Nothing too vigorous at all. Nothing too hot. Perfect. We're going to sweat that down, give the wipe of the board. We did a bonus. We kind of say to everybody, put on the notifications for when we go live, guys. Because we kind of put in some nice surprises throughout the day. Just if we're making our own lunch and that kind of stuff. By the way, I have a bin here beside me in case you're wondering what I have. And so we did the fastest salmon dish ever. It took 2.5-3 minutes to cook, and it was absolutely fantastic. Look back on the page, you'll see. You want to cook salmon really fast? I'll show you exactly how to do it. What have we put in here, Jules? We have put in onions, garlic. So let's start seasoning now with a little bit of smoked paprika, or whatever you have at home, guys. Some Cajun seasoning, some dried herbs, all that kind of stuff. So if you don't have it, don't worry about it at all, okay? There's days I make these and I don't have half this stuff. They still turn out perfect. That's the beauty of food. Don't get caught up on the recipe. Improvise. I was going to have to improvise about 10 minutes ago by cooking these meatballs out on the barbecue because I thought we had no oven. So let's put in our dried herbs like so. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I'm going to get, Jill's going to get me a teaspoon, please. Throw in a little bit of our Dijon mustard. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You couldn't even go that far without having a row with your brother, could you? Oh, to give you a towel. Okay, 2 teaspoons, or a big dollop of whole grain mustard like so, guys, okay? And would you believe that's it? So why are we frying this off first? You'll see in a lot of recipes, chop in the onion and put them in raw. And I personally think that doesn't work out right because they'll also say grill them. They'll also say put them into the oven and the onion's not cooked all the way through. This brings out the natural sugars in the onions. It's simple little things, guys. Trust me. You're wondering why these things taste so good. This is why. It brings out the natural sugars in them, first of all. And second of all, that way the onions are cooked perfectly. So I am delighted with that. Turn off the heat. You just want your onions to be soft. If you need to wait another minute, wait another minute. Mine might be ready, but yours mightn't be.
Rebecca said hello from Dallas, Texas, USA.
Dallas, Texas. Who was it? Rebecca, was it?
Becca.
Becca. Fantastic. Thanks a million, Becca. That's fantastic. Okay, put this on to a plate. And put your pan back up, okay? We don't even need to wash that pan. All will be revealed why now in a second. So spread it out as thin as possible because we want to get it really chilled down before we put it into our burger. So look at that, I'm putting it on a plate. Okay, and everyone's going, you can't put hot stuff into the fridge. This is not overly hot. There's not a huge amount of it. And it's only going to be in there 2 or 3 minutes. And yes, you can is the answer. Dills into the fridge, place up on the top, show them where they're going. Okay, just into the fridge. Beautiful. How's everybody doing? Have I gone too fast? Like a quick wash of the hands, just to slow down so everybody can keep up. That's our first step, guys. Really, really simple. Now, let's get an old plastic tub. Hang on a second. Hope you're not zoomed in on my ass there, Sean. Okay, now, so here's what we're going to do. Step 1 is done perfectly. And now we're going to get everything ready for our sauce. Okay.
Karen Butler said slow down. Slow
down, Karen. Okay, I will slow down as much as I possibly can. How's everybody else doing, guys? Step 1 is done. We should be all right. Shawnee, you seen anything? Don't be afraid. Hi from Derry. Can you just say everything? Can you just say everything that went into the onions? So it's onions, garlic, a little bit of smoked paprika, a little bit of Cajun spice, mixed herbs or oregano or any of that kind of stuff you have, and whole grain mustard. That was pretty much all we put into it so far. Okay. Now. So let's prep. I'll do another step and I'll do this slowly so that everybody can keep up as well. Our courgette. Now listen to me very carefully, kids. Sometimes moms and dads try and sneak in vegetables into your food so you'll eat them. But we don't need to sneak them in if we're telling you that they're going in there and they're going to be absolutely gorgeous. I don't like courgette. I guarantee you, you'll love these courgettes. Won't they? You guys, like you wouldn't take a bite out of that, but you'll eat it in this sauce because it's really tasty. So kids, trust me, okay? So slice the courgette 1 and then 2, okay? So it's about 1 centimeter thick. Let's go that again. So 1, boom, and 2. Mind your fingers, kids, if you're doing that, okay? Really simple. And this is making enough sauce for all our meatballs. Then we go down 1 and 2, okay? So now we've got pretty much a stick like that, okay? And then we just go down again about 1 centimeter in size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 1 courgette half done. Same again. Okay, so I'm confident with the knife, obviously you're not. Just do it 1 piece at a time. Okay, so I'll slow it down so everyone keeps up. So go down 1 and 2, so you can see, and then turn it around. All around this size, like so, okay? Then you get a bit more confident after a couple of weeks or a couple of months. So you can do a few at a time. Okay, and you turn it around. And we go straight through again. So we're preparing everything in advance before we get really cooking. And also, we're giving ourselves a couple of minutes for our little mix there. Great name for a band, Little Mix. Can't think, nobody's ever thought of that. Giving ourselves a minute or two for that little mix to cool down, because that is going to be added in to our mince. What do you reckon, Dills?
Yep.
Good. Now you have a huge job, Dills. Do you think you can do it without cutting your finger off? Show everyone your jersey. Show the name on the back of your jersey. Mbappe. Where do we want him to come sign for, Dills?
Liverpool.
We want him to come for Liverpool. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to push that out of the way, and I'm going to give Dills a huge job. Get him a little Dills-sized chopping board. Ta-da! Dills-sized chopping board. So, kids, if you're helping mom and dad, here's what I want you to do. Get a mushroom. They're normal, kind of button-sized mushroom. Okay, so we're going to cut it down in half, and then we're going to cut it down like so. So what's that fraction? A quarter. We teach you more than cooking here, lads. So cut down like that and throw it in, okay? Now let's see if I find a really big one, okay? So I want them all the same size, so I'm going to cut it in half, and instead of in half again, I'm going to cut that piece in 3, okay? Do you think you can manage that? So we just finished that so everybody can see it at home. Boom, boom. There we go. That's 1 punnet of mushrooms. Champ, Dills is very busy now. Quarter the whole lot of them. So, any questions come up, Champ, give us a shout. So now, I have an onion that's beginning to rot. So I'm going to use this guy up first. So when you see that, don't ever waste anything, guys. You might lose the first like this, look. Rotten, but pretty much perfect, okay? With a bit of an L stain on that there, but it's perfect, okay? Same here, look, 1, 2, take that one out there. Go like so. Don't waste anything. Perfect. Okay.
Paddy hopes Mbappe comes to Liverpool.
Excellent. I think we're all dreaming on that. So for the onion for our sauce, we want it the same size. Okay, so you see the way that's pretty much the same thickness, but not the same dice. So we want it fine, like so. Okay, so it's the same size, but it's not as thick, if that makes sense. I'll go through it again. Look, so like the courgette, like a big finger size, but not the same dice size. So we just go a little slice like so. Excellent. Everybody keeping up? I think we're going to do one more onion there because I didn't get much out of that one. But that was just to show you guys. It might look as if it's rotten, but you'll save at least half of it when you peel it back. I have a little bin here beside me in case you think I'm throwing everything on the floor. Okay, so let's throw another little bit of onion. As I said, I'm using red onion. It's what I had. If you want to use white onions, you can even use spring onions. It's the exact same. Champ, keep an eye on comments coming in, and you too, Dills. How you getting on there, buddy? Playing a blinder. So, here we go. So it doesn't really matter. So don't get too caught up on the size of it. You're just basically doing a fine dice. Excellent. And now. So once we have everything ready for our sauce, we're going to make our meatballs and get them in the oven. Then we're going to get the sauce on the go, and then we're going to get our pasta on the go. So it's all timing, and it's all done perfectly. Now, okay, so that's plenty of an onion. And the amount of people that have gotten on to me about the pizza sauce has been incredible as to how tasty it was. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, so this is just, I think technically they'd probably call it something like a Provençal sauce. That's what we're making now, but don't worry about these names, because there's always some clown out there go, that's not a Provençal sauce, it should be this. We don't care. What zone is it, Dills?
No moon.
A no moon zone. Okay, I have a chili. If you don't worry about it. I just said chili because we're going to go a little bit spicy. I'm taking out the pit and the seed. You can leave it in if you want. So if you don't have it, guys, don't worry about it at all. And that's why, as well, don't put the chili into the onions that we did at the start, because at least then they're in every single meatball. So at least this way it's only in the sauce and it won't be as hot, but it'll get a little kick. You want it spicy? Simple. Add in more. And a nice little kind of a fine dice, like so. What else do we need to get in there? Garlic. You know by now, we love our garlic here in this house. How are we all doing? Everybody keeping up? Don't worry if you're a minute or two behind and you're only doing your mushrooms or something like that, because we've got plenty of time to catch up.
Fiona asked, can you do a quick recap? Because you just joined.
Fiona. No problems. For you, Fiona, anything. Okay, so Fiona, you're going to have to go back to the video at the start to see how we did. We fried off onions, garlic. What else do we have in it, lads?
Onions, garlic,
Cajun spices, smoked paprika and mixed herbs. We fried that off in a little bit of butter and oil. That is now sitting in our fridge cooling down. It's going to be ready in a minute. Now we're getting everything ready for our sauce. So we've diced up our courgette. Kids, I want to know if you ate the courgette, okay? I want to see a picture of you eating that courgette, okay? So we diced up 1 courgette, a punnet of mushrooms. We diced up maybe 1 medium-sized onion, 1.5 medium-sized, and we're now about to crush in 4 cloves of garlic to go with it. Then we're going to clean down everything, and then we're going to make our meatballs. So this is really, really simple, really simple. I want you getting confident in cooking. Like, I mean, you don't learn how to build a bridge day 1, okay? So you learn from the basics. So I'm teaching you simple little techniques along the way, and then as we get more advanced, because we could be here in 12 months' time, still doing these cook-alongs for you guys. We don't care, we love it, lads. I tell you, with the emails, the messages, and the comments we're getting, lads, I would gladly do this forever, amen.
Marion said couldn't get courgette. Can I use celery?
You can use celery. You can throw in a few frozen peas at the end as well, Marion. You can use a bit of sweet corn. You can use peppers. You can use carrots. You can use whatever you want. I'm just keeping it nice and simple. That's the beauty of cooking, and that's why I always say don't be worried about recipes, because you might like something that your man says, oh, you can't do that, nonsense. You put in whatever you want. So we're nicely organized, guys, now. 1 quick wash of the hands. Get rid of that for me there, Dills. Wipe down the book, grab that spoon as well there and get that away. So I'll give you all a chance to catch up. We should be all pretty much there. How are we all doing? Wash of the hands. Yeah, you wipe that down for me, buddy. Good stuff. Let's have a little look at the comments there while we're getting everybody. I love that you don't get fussy about specific measurements. Becca, the only time I ever measure anything is when we're baking, because that's more of a science. Cooking, gotta trust your mind and your eye. Does it look right? Is it right? Yes. Perfect. And that's what we're looking for. Okay, everybody, boil your kettle now. Dills, get rid of that. We don't need that. And now we're gonna make our meatballs. Kids, you're gonna love this. We get to throw our hands in all the gooey, squishy stuff. It's gonna be cool. Okay, buddy, grab the plate from the fridge. Okay, so I have about 1 kilo of mince. I don't want you panicking saying, oh my God, I've only got about 700 grams. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Same things work just as good. Touch that, nice and cool. We don't want it hot, but if we're making it straight away anyway, it's not really gonna have any major effect. Dills, what is the most important thing in cooking?
Seasoning.
Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. Why? Very simple. You can have the best ingredients in the world and make an absolute ass of the seasoning. And then you could have average ingredients, which is pretty much what we have here. That's mince and a bit of this and a bit of that. But if you season it right, all of a sudden, food tastes absolutely amazing. So seasoning is the most important thing in cooking. Okay, with that, we shall season our mince. I know it looks like a lot of salt, but it's not. There's 1 kilo of mince in there. So I'm putting in a good dollop of rock salt.
Here's like, where's the grape juice?
I don't have one, actually. I never thought of that. I might have a beer. You're in charge. 1 beer, please. Take off the old lid. I'll do your job as normal. About 30 cracks of the black pepper. Like so. Now here's where it's up to you, okay? So I'm gonna throw in, lovely, I'm gonna throw in sweet chili sauce. Okay, thank you, buddy. There's a lot of mince there, so maybe about 1.5 tablespoons, okay? Simple. I'm also gonna throw in, because we like it a little bit spicy, a little bit of Frank sauce. You don't have it, a little bit of Tabasco. You don't have it, don't worry about it. Okay, we're just gonna put in maybe 4 or 5. See, here's the beauty of cooking. This is what's so important. I don't want to put too much of anything in, because then that's all I'm going to taste. So it's just a little bit. So you're kind of going, oh yeah, I can get, what is that? I can get that in the, you managed to do that. You're a master chef, okay? If you want to add in more sauce afterwards, perfectly. But you want to just, that's the beauty of the balancing of the seasoning. Okay, now I'm going to, oh yeah, 1 or 2 little dashes of Worcestershire sauce. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. There's maybe half a tablespoon gone in there. And our little mix. Great name for a band. Can't believe nobody's ever thought of that. Okay, so scrapey, 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 everything into our meatballs. When you're doing this again, guys, you can make this mix in the morning and then you just finish off everything that evening, okay? We don't need that plate. My hands are washed, my hands are clean. I'll do it again, there's always some gobshite. You never wash your hands. We keep them all happy today, Bills, will we?
Yeah.
Now we won't. We just give the hands a quick wash. Now, how are we looking, Bills? Anything coming? How's everybody doing, lads? Are we all keeping up? Everybody at the good pace? I'm gonna have sláinte, lads, to everybody. Before I get cracking in. Mincy, mincy, mincy. This is absolutely amazing to do. Very, what do you like to say? Satisfying. Dills always is very satisfying. So get one hand in case you have to answer your phone, scratch your ear, scratch your bum, whatever you need to do, get one hand in, keep the other hand clean. Always keep one hand clean. Look at that. So we go in and we just mix and mix and mix. So you want to really, really mix it all up. We've seasoned it. We've got everything on the go in there. And remember what I did with the burgers there, guys. I want you to really compact it because everyone is saying, what? No egg? No breadcrumbs to bind it? But all these experts tell us to do that. Well, did anybody's burger fall apart the other day? And we had no egg and we had no bread or anything in it. So you don't need any of that. If you've got decent quality ingredients, you don't need anything to bind it. Just squash it nice and tight. Squash it nice and tight. Now, if you want, you could add in a few gherkins, a few capers. You decide whatever you want to do. So I'm going to slow down a little bit so everybody keeps up with us. But you want to knead, you're basically like kneading your bread for pretty much 2 minutes or so.
Julian said 10 coming along nicely.
The old redness died down. I got burnt yesterday. Didn't think it was so hot at all. But we got to top it up again today, didn't we? How's everybody doing? Bernard, how are you and your gang in Dublin doing? Guys over in Dallas, Ohio, Seattle, how are we all doing, guys?
The next show, can you cook shepherd pie or bacon and cabbage?
Well, I tell you, we're going to do the perfect bolognese. We'll probably do that next week because I have an idea for Sunday. We'll talk about that now in a sec. Okay, so you see the way that is? It's all nice and stuck together. That's the stage I want you to get to. Okay, I'm going to wash my hand and come back to a second. What was the question? Oh yeah, will I do shepherd's pie? I want to show you how to make the perfect mince because from that base dish you can make so many different dishes. So the answer is yes. I'm going to show you how to make a bolognese and we're going to take it from there. Okay, has everybody kept up? Dills, we don't need that. Clean up as you go along, guys. Clean up as you go along. We don't need that. And what else don't we need? That's good for the moment. Okay, so you should at this stage have your mince done like so and have everything ready for a sauce that we're going to make in a few minutes. Here's the fun part. A little bit of olive oil into your hand. Dills, every kid, you got to make at least 3 meatballs yourself. Put your hand over. Your hands are clean, aren't they? Yeah. So a little bit of olive oil into your hand. A little bit of olive oil into my hand. Why are we doing this? So that it doesn't stick. Rub your hands like that. Satisfying, Dills. Satisfying. And you're picking up a golf ball size of meat, okay? So pretty much a golf ball size. Watch what I'm doing, Dills. Okay, and then shape it. Keep it nice and tight. Okay? Boom. Whatever size meatball you make, keep them all the same size. So they're all cooked pretty much in the same time. That looks fantastic. Well, I tell you what, I'm highly impressed. Okay? So this is going to take a minute for us all to get through. Give it a good rub. Keep it nice and tight. Okay, so that they don't fall apart. Boom. Look at that. And you're saying, well, when are we frying? Now, in the restaurant, by the way, Billy Connolly again does, I'm going full circle. In the restaurant, we weigh every single meatball. I'm highly impressed, buddy. We weigh every single meatball, so every one is the exact same size and weight and everything. But don't be doing that kind of stuff at home. Life is far too short, okay? What was I saying there about Billy Connolly? What was he going on about? I can't remember. Billy Connolly, I can't remember. Okay, so this now, we'll all should pretty much catch up with each other at the same time and at the same pace as this. Okay, kids, I want you all making your own meatballs. You got to make at least 3. And moms and dads, that's a little bit too big, does. Oh, it's okay. It is a little bit too big. Moms and dads, let them make their meatballs. If they make a mistake, fix it, like I just did to Dills there. But let them make it, because trust me, when the kids are making their food, eat it. You see, I made that. Okay, lovely. How are we getting on? Shawnee, you're in charge of questions because...
Jennifer says it's her first time watching and she says you should get your own TV show.
Well, would you believe, Jennifer? I actually do. It's on Virgin Media, Treyvaud's Kitchen, one of the highest viewing shows there was of a genre last year on Virgin Media. Also have Treyvaud Travels. So Treyvaud's Kitchen and Treyvaud Travels are actually both worldwide on Amazon Prime. And would you believe Treyvaud Travels is coming to our screens on Virgin Media this summer, June, as well. So keep an eye out for that. But thank you very much. So it's okay that you've never heard of me before. That was just a little bit too big. It's okay you've never heard of me before. No, seriously. We don't. You know, it's okay. It's okay. I'm only kidding, Jennifer. If it's your first time watching, you need to understand we pretty much slag the hell out of each other all the time. How are we all getting on, guys? So it's pretty much the size of a golf ball, give or take. I'm highly impressed with you, Dills. Highly impressed. Okay. We should be nearly there. Take your time. If you're already ahead of us, brilliant. Well done. Okay. So it's important to know, what do we put in there, guys? We put in our mix. We put in all our seasoning of salt and pepper. We put in a little bit of sweet chili sauce. We put in a little bit of Frank sauce. If you find the meat is now sticking to your hands, guys, just throw in another little bit of oil, but we're pretty much finished. 3. Dills, we're one short. I'm only kidding. Okay, so Dills, you finish that off. Keep it nice and tight, nice and compact. Okay, boom. We nearly got it to perfection, Dills. We nearly filled the bowl perfectly. I'm gonna wash my hands, wash the bowl, everything, guys. Trust me, clean as you go along. It saves so much hassle. Okay, so cleaning up everything as we go along. So how are we all doing, guys? Let us know. At this stage, you should have your meatballs made. You should have everything prepared for your sauce. You should have your pot boiling for your pasta. Dills, turn on the kettle there for me. Actually, your hands are still might here. Hang on a second. Oh, you can use the back. We've all learned how to use the back of our hand and our elbows now these days. Okay, so turn on your kettle. We should be all up to scratch. Is everybody keeping up the pace, guys? Let us know. Give your hands a rubbing in there. How are we all doing, Shawnee? Everybody up to pace?
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Okay. Let's have a little look at comments coming in. We are Great and Ballon colleague. Grape juice. Thanks, Team Treyvaud's chocolate cake for Easter. There's Dave and Jacinta. Hey, Dave and Jacinta. How are you doing, guys? Just love you were doing this. Thank you, Sheila. Why do these things keep going on? Love that you are showing kids can do this by getting the boys involved. Absolutely. I tell you why I want. If anyone's noticed all the kind of dishes that we've done so far, they're all really, really kind of like economically friendly for when the kids go to college. So there's an absolute method to my madness. I don't want any kids starving when they go to college. You can make all these things easily when you're up there or in your house. Even if you don't go to college, you can make them yourself at home. It's simple. Anybody can do them. It's simple techniques. You're learning about sauteing off your onions first. You're learning about how to make a bread. You're learning how to make all these different things. We can take it up a notch after that, but these are simple cooking ideas. Okay, now, have a look. Here's the beauty of this dish. My kettle is boiled, and I'm about to fill the water halfway and basically put it into my oven. That's how I'm going to make these meatballs. Okay, so I don't need to worry about burning them. I don't need to worry about are they cooked inside or anything. It's such a simple technique. So pour in, don't worry, it's not going to do anything to the meat. Halfway up your meatball, okay? Halfway up the meatball. Doesn't matter if it goes a little bit above it or a little bit below it, but you're kind of braising it, broiling it, steaming it all in one. Okay? So look at that, get a good look into the pot, Shiny, so they can all see. Dills, go over there and open up my oven for me, please. Okay, and be careful, moms and dads, you guys take care of this, okay? So be careful, because the water, just keep it nice and steady, and into the middle shelf at 180 degrees. like so. They're going to take about 20-25 minutes depending on how big you cooked or you made your meatballs. Okay?
Mary said, off topic, can I chop bananas and freeze them?
That certainly is off topic. Can you chop bananas and freeze them? The answer is very simply yes. You can freeze pretty much anything you want. So yes, you can. It's a good idea if they're beginning to go rotten. And if you saw the other day, what do we make this that would be perfect for that? Smoothies. So freeze them into a little small packet, and then you can take them out in a portion, 1 or 2 portions at a time to make your own smoothies. Brilliant idea. Okay, now, is everybody up? And we've left nobody behind. How are you all doing, guys? Let me know how you're keeping up. And now we're going to get cracking onto our sauce. Same pan, you don't need to wash up. Turn it on. If there's anything I hate, it's ridiculous amount of stuff to wash. So you got the last time oil for heat. A dollop of oil, don't worry about how much. Butter fur, can anybody remember? Butter fur, I need my knife. My knife. Butter fur, who can remember? Oil for heat, butter fur. We shall see. I know people are listening. We don't need that. Oh, we do actually. We do for our linguine afterwards. Now you know why we prepped everything in advance. Everything into the bottom of that pan. You see all that little bit of tasty stuff? That's all going to come off in it as well. So we don't need to wash it. Washing is for people who like to wash things.
Claire got a first flavour.
Good woman, Claire. Well done. Okay, so that's all going to go in. Wash your container, because trust me, lads, it saves so much. This is why I tell you, Greta Thunberg loves us, because we use so little washing up liquid, because we wash it all straight away. You don't need any washing up liquid. Wash it up straight away.
Jan said, is Heineken paying for their product placement?
Do you know what? I wish they were. They're not. Nobody is, because we don't care about that kind of stuff. It's like I keep going on about the lads in Star Seafood. Like, we do it because, I said earlier on, I know there's more people watching tonight, we've learned one major thing in the last couple of weeks, guys. The only thing we care about nowadays is the people that we're surrounded by. So we don't care. We're not in for that kind of stuff. There's people asking, can we give money to go? I'm not interested. Zero. We don't. We're just loving the fact so many people are tuning in and commenting and getting the emails and the messages. We'll worry about all the other stuff once we go back. So no, but Heineken, if you are watching, I'm running a bit low. Only kidding. What do we have in there, guys? You did it yourselves. Courgettes, mushrooms, onions, garlic, into our little butter and into our little bit of oil. Dills, check the time on that clock so we know. So I know by just looking at them, but you guys keep an eye on the counter.
6:37.
6:37. So they'll be well done by 7 o'clock at the latest. Okay. Most important thing in cooking, guys. I know it's a broken record, but keep saying it, because if you forget to season stuff, the food isn't as tasty. So, good bit of flaked rock salt. Dills, do you know what you do? Go over there now and turn on your water. Make sure your pasta water is now boiling, guys. Okay, so number 6. Okay, is that on high? Perfect. 27 twists of the peppermill. A little bit of mixed herbs. This is an absolute amazing sauce. Okay, it's about maybe a teaspoon of that gone in. We put that into the other stuff, so we don't need to do that. We put a little bit of paprika. Smoked paprika, actually, guys. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Salt and pepper are the 2 greatest seasonings on the planet. Where are you going with the pepper? You can throw them away. Clean up as we go along, guys. Clean up as we go along. Now, here's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that now to start to saute down. And everything, natural sugars coming out, natural flavors. And you'll see it starts to get a little bit smaller as the mushrooms are full of water, so they'll start getting a bit smaller. So give that a minute. Clean up as much as you can at the time, guys. I don't need that. I do need that. I do need that. I don't need another onion. I do need that. So just keep cleaning up, guys, while we're waiting. How's everybody doing? Let me know, guys. Let me know how you're doing.
Colin said apple sea salt is class.
Lovely. Yeah, we do. We have some great. I use Maldron. They don't pay me, but I use Maldron because I think it's a fantastic sea salt. But I know everyone says clean up, clean up, please put stuff away. Don't leave it on the counter. If you're going to do the job, do the job. So you've got a few minutes. And you don't need to worry about what's going on in the pan or anything, because that's just sauteing away nice and at its own pace. Come back every now and then, give it a little stir. People get so worried about the pan. Oh my God. It's fine. Look at this. You see all the crusty stuff that was at the bottom trying to get in there? Look. It's all gone. It's all now mixing in. Lovely flavour from the stuff we made earlier on. Give it a sec.
John McSweeney says, Dylan, is that a sizzle I hear?
Oh yeah. Ooh, it's sizzle dance. Come on, kids, everybody. Sizzle dance. You have to do it once. Why not? I don't understand the reluctance of the sizzle dance. This has been going on for 3 weeks at this stage. I can't get him to do the damn sizzle dance. Keep cleaning up, keep sauteing down, kids. Look into the pot, kids, so you can see what's going on. Dills, give it a stir every now and then, buddy. Try and keep it all in the pot. This is how anytime anyone comes over for dinner party in the house, and they arrive in and the kitchen is so clean, they go, how the hell is it? This is how you do it, lads. It's great practice, so you don't have a pile of pots and pans and everything to do at the end. Now, beautiful. Look at that, we keep it all nice and clean. Very happy. Dills, tell them what you're doing there so they can know what's going on.
Mixing the veggies in the pan.
Man, careful, what you do before you flip it all over the place. Kids, tell mums and dads to let you have a go at stirring. Remember, I want to see pictures of you eating the courgettes. Now, lovely, nice and clean, nice and clean, nice and clean. Your water for your pasta should be coming up to the boil fairly soon. What are you laughing at, Dills? Did I make a mess?
No.
Okay, take your time. Remember, it's food. It's not a load of footballs that you're going to kick. So just move it aside like so. Lovely. How's everybody getting on, lads? How's your sauce? Take a picture, guys. Show me the different stages so that I know you're following it. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, that's coming up nicely. I'm going to give it another minute because I want them to come down in size. See the way it's already come down in size? I want them to come down a bit more in size. That's the mushrooms cooking out of the liquid. What else can I get rid of? I can get rid of your lovely chatting board. I don't need that. Get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. Really, really simple, guys. Keep going. Great practice.
Sinead said, Sean, rematch tonight. Money is on you. New hairdo, and luck is on your side.
They had, what was the coronavirus championship today, guys? You had it outside earlier on. Football, tennis. Who won that?
Me.
Sean won that.
He's on Kerry soccer. That's right.
Now, come in here and have a look at this. This is important. You see the liquid that's coming out of the mushrooms, right? You want to pretty much wait until most of that is gone. Okay, that's in the ideal world. That really intensifies the flavours. Okay, so we're going to keep cooking it away there now. We have to wait 20 minutes for our meatballs to be ready anyway. So look at the way it's getting smaller in the pot. Trust me, lads, I'm going to be like a bloody broken record. These are the simple things that make such a... You always turn around saying, like, why does your food taste so much nicer than my food? It's a simple thing like that. Simple thing really intensifies the flavours. How are we doing, Dills?
Eileen said, can you please recap what is in the pan for the sauce? Thanks.
For the sauce. Here. Okay, yeah. So, again, go back to the start of the video, lads. It's all there, but we diced up a courgette. We diced up a punnet of mushrooms, an onion, 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. What else have we put in so far, lads? We put in a little bit of mixed herbs, salt and pepper. I think I put in a little bit of smoked paprika. That's where we're at so far. I'm going to put in a bit more now in a sec, don't you worry. Don't you worry, child. Now, normally we'd have a bit of music belting away in the background, lads, but for some reason I think the music cuts out our Facebook Live, copyrights and all that kind of stuff. How we all doing, guys? Let me know how you're doing, lads. We've fellas Becca and Mary are having their own little conversation going on. Claire, they're all, I hope you guys are alright, lads. Don't worry about us. Don't involve us. Mary Reed reminds me of ratatouille. Yes, actually, that's pretty much, it's very similar to a ratatouille sauce. Not a million miles off it. Okay, so at this stage, as I said, don't rush it. Don't rush it. We're waiting on the meatballs anyway. So don't rush it. Take your time. Now, you can see that now, guys. Look, most of that liquid is beginning to evaporate and gone from the mushrooms. So here's where we turn it lovely and luscious. If you don't want to use the grape juice, oh, actually, Harold, Jesus. Okay, now you add in your tomato puree. That was nearly a schoolboy error. Okay, so we want to mix the tomato puree. You're putting in about a tablespoon of tomato puree into your sauce. Lovely. I'm actually finishing off that one. I'm going to put a little squirt of the other one. Be careful now, don't lean on that and send it frying on me. Okay, so I'm going to put in maybe about a tablespoon and a half. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so yeah, that's loads. I like the look of that. Be careful now with that sauce, Dills. You know you and your habits of sending things flying. Bin and back up. Okay, how are we all doing, guys? We all at the same stage? So mix in that tomato puree in with all the sauce, the mushrooms, the courgettes, the onions and the garlic. I mean, that on its own, you couldn't even throw it into the bin. Twice you missed, for Jesus Christ. Is basketball in the Corona Championship, lads, is it?
No, hopefully not.
Hopefully not, is right. Now, so look at that. Even this on its own now, for a vegetarian, is an absolute cracking dish. Vegan, obviously, leave out your butter. But look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So now, see the way it's all thickened up? That's taken up all the liquid from the mushrooms. It's exactly what we've wanted. How are we looking on time? I'm going to come back to that in 1 sec.
Karen says, my son Flynn, 9, wants your autograph when we come to your restaurant.
Who? Flynn?
Flynn.
Trust me, it's no big deal now. It wouldn't be work now. Something like maybe Ronaldo's, but it wouldn't be like Mbappe's. Flynn, I'd absolutely love to, buddy. Love to see you in the restaurant. Love to meet you. We'll take a photo. We'll do a selfie. It'll be absolutely brilliant. Add in our grape juice. We're putting in about a glass here, guys. Give or take. Actually, I've only a little bit left in the wine in the bottle, so we're going to put in. I'll keep that for later for my meatballs. This is what's known as deglazing. You want to learn all these just when you see this in all these other books. You are deglazing the bottom of the pan. At this stage, your kitchen should be smelling absolutely amazing. If it's not, you haven't followed what we're doing, okay? So look at that now. Beautiful, luscious, unctuous, fabulous. Mix it all in, get all the little bits and pieces off the bottom. Throw in your pasta now, guys. We're not going to be a million miles off it. So throw in your pasta now.
Mary said, if you don't have puree, is it okay to put in mashed ketchup?
You know what? I wouldn't. Don't put in anything, Mary. I'm going to put in a tin of tomatoes as well now. But I wouldn't put in ketchup. Not into the sauce. Now, there goes my linguine into my pot. I've told you all before, you do not need oil, Dill's bin. You do not need oil. You do not need salt. It's all absolute nonsense. Just keep stirring up the pasta as it's boiling away, and it'll separate itself, okay? It's a waste of oil, a waste of salt. I've never done it once in my life, and I've never had pasta that sticks. Dills, you're in charge. Twisty there for a sec. Back to our sauce. How are we doing, guys? How's everyone doing? Look at that for sauce now. Beautiful.
Alison said, Dills, tell your dad you need some stronger factor.
Stronger factor? I need some factor. I didn't put anything on me yesterday. That was the problem. 1 tin of tomatoes, guys. In we go. I knew I left a little bit of wine there. So where did I put the wine? Oh yeah. Just to clean out, make sure to get it in and twist it. Just to clean out the can. And then you want to simmer it for the next 10 minutes or so. Perfect. Look at this. Just clean out the can so we don't miss anything. Bang it all in. And now what we're going to do is let that simmer away nicely. And you've now just made an absolute amazing sauce. Don't have it boiling. Have it simmering. Okay? That's what we want. And that will thicken up absolutely beautifully. How are we getting on there, buddy?
Fine.
Okay, let's go check on our meatballs. I know they're not ready, but I want to show you anyway. Look at that for an amazing sauce, guys. Throw a couple of fried eggs into that. Absolutely fantastic. Tea towel. Okay, let me have a look. Because if this sticks, they're all going to be looking, laughing at us. So yeah, get it all in there. Just get the fork, get the water, get the air, get all that kind of stuff. Don't need oil, don't need salt. Beautiful. That's going to take about 10 minutes or so. Let's have a quick look at our meatballs. They should be about 10 minutes away, but we'll have a look anyway. Look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at that. Okay, so I just want you to get used to the different stages. Turn on a bit of light there. Touch it. Okay, you can still feel there's still a bit of give in mind, so I know they're not ready. Another 10 minutes is perfect. But look, they're getting a bit of colour on them. There's no fear of anything burning, which is exactly what we want. And in the very end, if you're still not sure, just cut one in half to make sure they're fully cooked through. Okay? So everyone should have their sauce on, everyone should have their meatballs pretty much cooked, and everyone should also have their linguine on the go. Clean up as we go along, guys.
And it said, do you blitz the sauce?
No, I'm going to leave this one chunky.
And do we add barbecue sauce?
Yeah, I'm about to add the barbecue sauce in there, which is code for thanks a million for reminding me. Okay, barbecue sauce.
Julian said, did you say fried eggs in the sauce?
Oh, no, I'm saying that would be lovely. You know those Avas, Rancheros, or whatever they call those things? They'd have it kind of to this stage, and then they put in 3 or 4 fried eggs. Lovely little breakfast dish. So about a tablespoon of our barbecue sauce. Lovely. Here, pop that away. Look, you see, you're 2 seconds at it and you make a mess. Stirry, stirry, stirry. Look at that. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to transfer this over to my top of my stove. So now don't be afraid. Dills, grab some little spoon there. Don't be afraid. Taste it now. You want it to reduce a little bit more, to thicken up a little bit, but get the flavour of it. Taste this sauce now, guys, and you'll know if it needs a little bit more salt or not. But I want you, as soon as you taste this, you go, oh my God. Oh my, you won't find any of this stuff in a jar, lads. Oh yeah, yeah. That is fantastic. Now, I'm going to transfer that over here so I can do my next stage. I'm still just going to leave it simmer away. Mind yourself for a sec, buddy. So I'm just putting it there, Shawnee. Show them so they're not throwing it away anywhere. Give my little pasta another stir. Get all the water flicking through it. Now, absolutely beautiful. Timing wise, guys, we're doing great. We're probably about maybe 10 minutes away from serving. So any questions, shout them in. Anybody want to shout out? Give us a shout now.
Martin said, why do chefs put salt in the pasta when they're cooking?
Because they're talking nonsense, in my opinion. You don't need it. Why would you need to do that? We're about to season the pasta at the end. We've seasoned our sauce. We've seasoned our meatballs. To be honest with you, I don't know. You'll see some fellas, woo, make it taste like the sea. I don't know. Have you ever tasted the sea? It's vile. I don't know why you'd want it to taste like the sea. So I'd never do anything like that. And I've never once put oil into my pasta. And I have never once had tasteless pasta. And I have never once had sticky pasta. So, I don't know. That's the answer to your question. I don't know as to why they say that. Okay, we'll turn off that heat for a sec. Clean, guys. Trust me, clean as we go along. We give the whole place a good clean down every night anyway, but clean everything as we go along. Now, here is our last bit and pieces. Get a frying pan. You don't have to do this. But I think it makes a huge difference. Okay? I said in the thing, it's buttered pasta. So a good dollop of butter. That's going to be for about 4. So don't be going, oh my God, my hips. That's all going straight to my hips. We don't worry about that kind of stuff. Go for a good jog afterwards, lads. So dollop of butter and 2 tablespoons of oil. I don't need that, Dills. I don't need that. Any questions coming in, Shawnee? Everyone up?
Someone said, Aaron and
Where are we? Aaron and Killian in London, both loving the smells. Thanks, Deborah. Agree, no oil and no salt. I don't understand why they do it, Mary. Some people want to do it. Okay, you lost me at barbecue, said the Texas girl. Okay, well, don't put it in then, Texas girl. A little bit of herbs. That's the beauty of cooking. I don't really, to be honest with you, I couldn't really give a shite if you follow the recipe. A lot of people just tune in here for the crack. But I'm just giving you ideas. Don't ever stick rigorously to a recipe unless you're baking. Improvise. Whatever. If you don't like it, obviously don't put it in. Now, how we look at our pastas now, beginning to boil. Beautifully. Look at that. See, by just stirring it like that, lads, there's nothing sticking. And we're not wasting any oil or any salt. I don't get it, but each to their own, I suppose.
Mary wants to know, when do we add beef stock cube?
The beef stock cube, Mary, was if you didn't want to add in the barbecue sauce, you could add in, or sorry, if you didn't want to add in the red wine. Some people don't like to add in the red wine. So my beef stock cube is actually the red wine. So that's the only time I put it down. If you don't want to use, what was I saying? Yeah, if you don't want to use red wine, some people, whatever, with alcohol and all that kind of stuff, then you just use a beef stock cube to give it a bit more flavour. But you get the perfect amount of flavour out of that, as far as I'm concerned.
Our own Coden said, well, Paul, someday I'll shout out from Queel Dove.
Where are we? Well, Paul, someday outshout from Queel Dove. Well, there you go, Aaron. your day has come. Is that Kerrygold butter, Bridget? It's the only one I ever use, unless I find a better one. But I absolutely love Kerrygold. Aaron, I hope you know us by now. We only ever take the piss, buddy. Don't be getting upset. Some people go, "Oh my god!" Please don't be like that.
Laura said, meatballs looking good here. Can't wait. Ruby has the kitchen full of lovely smells.
Absolutely. Who in their right mind would not add wine? I agree with you, Ed. Man, Ed. When does the chili go in, or did I miss it? When did we put the chili in? The chili's in the sauce. The chili is in the sauce. So now I'm just obviously giving everybody a bit of time to catch up. We're not a million miles off serving. Well done for watching the pot there, Dills. So we're not a million miles off from serving. The one job Dills had to do, well, it's kind of your trademark now to say, but isn't it? Don't worry about anything else. You just clean up. All these highly polished, highly edited and big budget cooking shows would have edited that out. But I guarantee you that's happened in at least one other person's house tonight. So what's the big deal, lads? A bit of water came over the pot. If that's the worst thing that happens in our lives, lads, I tell you one thing, we are looking good. Shawnee, get into that sauce. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Let me know what your sauce tastes like, guys. I want to know what you think of it. Beautiful. And you see, there's no pressure, there's no stress, there's no nothing. And if you listen to me from before, guys, I always say cook extra pasta, cook extra meatballs, cook extra sauce, cook extra everything. So if you had a load of pasta already cooked, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You saw the dish we did the other day. It's on our Facebook Live. 3 minutes in the microwave, bit of pasta, butter, oil, bing, done. Okay, so that's why I want you cooking extra stuff. Now, what are we going to look at? Let's have a look at our meatballs. So stay there now, Shani. I'm going to take one meatball out, and we're going to see how we're looking. It's in there now pretty much 25 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to take out one meatball. Okay, lovely. Leave the tray in there. Over to your space there, Shani, so they can see. Look at this. So here's what we do, right? Take it off. Now I can tell that's perfect, right? Just by touching. That's why I want you touching your food. Look at that. Perfect. Be careful, that's really hot. So because that's perfect, have a guess what we're going to do, Dills?
Take it out.
Of course we're going to take it out. And don't be worried that we're maybe 2 minutes away from the pasta because it's sitting in the water. These are not going to go cold in 15 minutes, even though we'll be serving in about 2. So let me know how you're getting on, guys. Let me know what stage you're at. Now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay? They will stay piping. Did you eat one? I'll tap your hole now in a second. How are they, as a matter of interest? They're actually nice. Okay, where's put my fork? So they're going to stay hot, lads, for at least 20 minutes, but we're going to add them into the sauce at the very end anyway. Where is my bowl? How are we all doing, guys? Let me know how you're keeping up on time. Turn on your pasta pan really, really low. You just want to basically, as low as it can go, you just want it to basically melt that butter really slowly. Now, look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Taste your pasta. If you're not sure, take out one. Be careful, kids. That's hot. I can handle it. But take one out. Still a bit of a bite in it. Look at my sauce. My sauce is perfect, so I'm going to turn that off. Absolutely brilliant. You do it to your pace, okay? If your sauce isn't ready and needs 3 or 4 minutes, wait 3 or 4 minutes. Just because mine's ready doesn't mean yours is ready. Okay? Hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. Now, sauce. How we all looking, lads? Dill's grab me the Parmesan cheese, please, from the fridge. We have our meatballs made. We have our sauce made. Okay? And look what we're going to do. We're going to make life really, really easy. I'm taking out 2 of them are a brilliant portion for kids. They're hot now, so be careful. We're basically draining off the water. Okay? If your kids have a good appetite, give them 3. So take out as many as you think you guys are going to have for dinner and just leave them sitting in the sauce. Another brilliant reason about doing the meatballs like this, guys, is that it drains out the water, pulls out all the fat. Look what's left behind there. That was perfectly clean water when we put it in. And now we have got all the fat drained out of it. That's enough to give you an idea. I'm going to just leave that in there. And have a look at your kitchen, guys. If you're cleaning, as I'm saying, to go along, you're looking around going, why? Huh? I have a pot or 2 to clean, is that it? Okay, how are we all doing? Look at that, mix them all in. We're going to cover them with sauce anyway. I love if you send me pictures of all the different stages. What are you doing? Oh yeah. You didn't want to use the one that was open, no? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. We'll use the brand new one for you. Dills always gets to taste the first one. We don't need my knife. So at this stage, guys, you shouldn't be a million miles. Have your meatballs ready. Throw them into your sauce. Let's check on our pasta. That's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. Okay, how do you know? Taste it again. I knew a minute ago that it was about a minute away, so that's perfect. I'm one of these Irish people who also likes my pasta cooked. I don't like al dente pasta. Another thing I don't get.
Mike said, is the pan with the meatballs the one with the butter? No.
Say that again to me? No, we're going to put the pasta into the pan with the butter, Mike, just to finish it off. So we basically, Shawnee showed them, we've basically taken our meatballs out of the oven and put them into our pot with the sauce. We have our butter melting away nicely there with our oil and everything. Now we're going to drain our pasta and we're going to flick our pasta in that for 2 seconds. The pasta will be hot. Now, look at this. How simple is this? Drain off our pasta. Okay. Amazing. Not stuck together. And I can tell you one thing, it certainly won't be tasteless. Throw it back on, so we're going to get a little bit of the pasta water in the bottom if we need it. And we are going to throw that. Yeah. My cheese. Do I need my knife? No. Throw my knife over there. Okay, turn up the heat on your butter, get it nice and hot. The pasta is nice and hot. So watch what we do now. We have our meatballs in our sauce, guys. Look at that. Pasta not stuck together, but you have to put oil in it. They tell you nonsense. Trust me. They tell you absolute nonsense, these guys. Throw it in. Dills. Woo! Jeez, every time, Dills. Every time you let me down. So I'm going to throw in 3 or 4 pieces because there's 4 of us eating tonight. That's pretty much 1 serving, lads. We'll throw in as much as you want, okay? We'll throw in another little bit. Sean likes his pasta. Any pasta that's left, let it go stone cold. Okay, rinse it out, and now you have it 2 minutes. Turn off your ovens, by the way, if your barbecues are cooked. If your meatballs are cooked. I need more beer, guys. Okay, so a little bit of flicky dicky. This is where the butter part comes into it. We need to do a little bit of seasoning. Just in the end, you see? Tastes like the sea. I would have wasted half my bowl of salt down the drain. A little pinch of salt at the end. That makes a lot more sense to me anyway. How are we all doing, guys? We're about to serve up now. If you need another 3 or 4 minutes, that is perfect.
Daddy said cook all of these couple hours. It would have started during quarantine if it wasn't for these.
Dahi, I love to hear that. Thank you. Where did I put the top? Dahi, I'm telling you, lads, you have no idea how much that means to us. You have no idea how much it means to us. As I said, I read out that email to the lads earlier on. They couldn't believe it. Just knowing that so many people are loving this is absolutely amazing. I know there's a load of other guys doing cook-alongs, which is brilliant. But we have just added an incredible amount of people onto our page organically. We haven't sponsored anything. We haven't done any advertising. Turn off your pasta. We haven't done any advertising. We haven't done anything like that. That's why I put up a post. Could you imagine if somebody did get behind us? But we're just getting this all through word of mouth. Genuine people having genuine fun, eating genuine food. Kids, close your ears for a second. There is no bullshit here, guys. Okay? It's just me and you. People are saying, why are you in your shorts and in your t-shirt? I haven't left my house, so I don't really care. I didn't even do my hair. Have you got makeup on? No, we don't care, lads. This is what people are doing at home. Now, pick up a lovely piece of our linguine. Fancy, fancy. Woo! Twisty, twisty, twisty. Look at that. Oh my God. It's like Michelin star stuff now. Okay, there is our linguine. Get a couple of meatballs. Let's throw in 3. Apparently, as I say, everything is nicer in odd numbers. Dills, you're going to have to give Mom a shout now. Mom is very camera shy. I did put up on Twitter, lads, we had a bit of a scare about 3 weeks ago when Mom was getting tested. And we waited about 17 days for the results to come back. But thankfully, they came back negative. So she made me sleep in a separate room for nothing. I reckon she did it on purpose. What do you reckon, lads? Huh? She did it on purpose. Well, I have to admit, guys, it was a great relief. So look at this, guys. How simple is that? There's your 3 meatballs. Trust me, take a second, just a second, to make the presentation, you know, special. Why not, lads? Just like, are you worth nothing? Just take a few seconds to do a few bits and pieces. Nice little bit of garnish. Parmesan cheese. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. A little bit of the cracked pepper mill over the top. I want to see the pictures, guys. Make sure you send me in. And always, always, always a bit of grass at the end. So there we are. I've got a little bit of thyme. I've got a little bit of rosemary flower. Look at the difference. Oh, that looks nice, but oh my God, that looks amazing. How simple is that, guys? Have you one more there, Dills? You're dying to say something to me there now.
Karen said, my son Finn said 10 out of 10.
Finn, fantastic, buddy. Yeah, some of you might be finished before us, because obviously we're slowing down a little bit. But there we are, lads. We've done another cook-along. It's our meatballs with our kind of sweet and spicy sauce. It's not too hot. A little bit of buttered linguine, which is absolutely fantastic. And here's our next cook-along idea. Because everyone's gone on about, I'm going to show you how to cook a leg of lamb on Easter Sunday, you know, fondant potatoes and vichyssoise, carrots, screw all that. We're going to show you how to make a fry. That's right, kids. Sunday morning, probably about 11, so moms and dads can have a little Easter Saturday glass of grape juice and maybe have a little lie on. Kids, Sunday morning at 11 o'clock, we're going to cook the mother load of fries for Easter Sunday. Rashers, streaky rashers, pudding. What else do we like? Sausages, all kinds of stuff. That's our next cook along. It's going to be on Sunday. We're going to do it at 11 o'clock. But for now, as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Send us the pictures. It means nothing if you don't send us the pictures. There's your sweet and spicy kind of meatballs with a beautiful buttered linguine. A little bit of Parmesan cheese on top and stuff. Dills, what do you say? It is?
Goodbye from me.
And it is goodbye from him. Bon appetit.